here. Let me ask you a question. What geek universe have you not been in? For Lord's sake, man.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes and Star Trek. That's it. Have you done Star Trek?
I wrote a treatment for a new Star Trek series. This is why I'm in Star Trek. I was at the very first Star Trek convention, the very first fan convention in the world in 1978 in Oakland, California. And William was there, and everybody was there. And I had my pointed ears that my makeup friend from Sacramento built for me. I had erased my eyebrows.
Dude,
and I built up my own, like, meticulously built up little whiskers on my forehead for the thing.
Awesome.
And I had a tunic that I made myself. I had a phaser that I carved out of plaster of Paris, but it looked really good.
I bet, yeah.
And a big blonde. But I was really popular at the con because my phaser was better than anybody else's phaser.
Nice. So you've been in the Star Wars as a voice actor. You've been in DC.
Oh, I saw the very first Star Wars ever shown to the public, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us that story, please.
Well, of course. We didn't plan this
at
at all.
We're going to morning zoo.
We didn't plan anything. I was like up watching CNN trying to figure out if the top kill worked. Which, by the way, it's not going so well. So I was living in Marin. I spent a year with my dad, and he lived in Marin. And George Lucas lived in Marin too. I lived in San Anselmo, and he was in San Rafael. But he invited all of the actor geeks to watch his geek movie. And so there was a little sign-up board on the near the theater. Do you want to see Star Wars? And I was like, well, that looks cheesy. My God, oh, it's free. What the heck? And I took my dad and my brother, and we sat down in San Francisco, and we waited for 3 hours.
3 hours?
3 hours. Nothing happened for 3 hours, and we're just like, let's go get a sandwich.
Sounds like episode 1, by the way.
I
love you, Lucas. If you can see this somewhere, I do love you. Just saying. Please don't kill me.
But then George comes down the center aisle, and he goes, guys, I'm really sorry you had to wait, man. The film is not completely done. A lot of the music cues are not really finished, and the color correction's not right, and the mats, sometimes you can see the mats around the spaceship. And we were editing the film up in the projection booth. That's why it took so long.
The final cut is...
Oh no, it gets better. It gets better.
Oh, please.
It's a long story.
Hey, you know what? We got an hour.
Okay. So for like 6 months, it was my film, right? And no one else had seen it. And I was talking to my friends. I was a freshman in high school. I was 14, perfect age for the film. And I'm trying to describe this sensation that I had, and all I can come up with, and then there's this golden droid, man, and this little tiny droid. You don't even know how he goes through the desert like that, but he does. And they all think that, like, he's gone insane. He's freaked out on us. And then the movie came out and it hit, but I still felt like it was my movie, right? And George Lucas was the next door neighbor of one of my friends. And I decided that I would write him a letter. So I wrote him a letter saying that, hey man, you're using old myth here. All this story that you're telling is not your story. It's the basic hero journey. It is 4,000 years old, and good for you for using it again. But it's not just for kids. This myth is for adults and kids together. So don't oversell this movie. I don't want to see any breakfast cereal. I don't want to see any nappy blankets. I don't want to see a lot of toys about this movie.
Well, hold on 1 second. I have to cut you off there. Because I do have, like, two R2s. I'm self-customing one. I know. Did you get Obi-Wan and the old school Obi-Wan?
I have like 8 lightsabers.
Dude!
But the best ones are the ones that light up. No, I've got the extendables too. I've got the light up extendables. The best one really though is the non-light up extendable, because it really is a short thing and you wear it and it really flips out. It's only about that long, but you really do feel like you got a lightsaber.
Oh,
yeah, no, I got like 8 lightsabers, and all the kids, when I visit my son in Northern California, all the kids from the neighborhood come when we're there, and we all just run around an orchard with lightsabers.
Let me tell you something.
So I write this letter saying, don't sell too many toys. And I knock on his door, and he answers the door, at which point my knees go. And I hand him the letter, and then about a month later, his secretary wrote back to me. And he says, George read your letter, he respects your views, you're completely wrong. We are going to sell billions of dollars worth of toys, but don't worry, there'll be good toys. And it was the first time that someone treated me like an adult. It was really like, dude, you're completely on the wrong track, man, but I respect your opinion, but you're wrong. And yeah, and now I have every Star Wars toy. Like, my son doesn't even want to see Star Wars anymore. It's like,
really?
I'm done. Yeah, because I'm the bigger freak.
That's a heartbreaker right there. Yeah, kind of. Let me tell you about those lightsabers, by the way. You know the tips, they're soft, but if you flip it knocks something right out. I'll tell you a story backstage later, okay? Okay. Me and you'll talk. No. Unfortunately, it involves big people. All right, so.